Hello there guys, it's Captain Invisible here and welcome to a Medieval 2 Total War Battle Replay. This will be a 2 versus 2. I'm in command of Poland and my ally for this match is Mad Pug Gaming in command of the Mongols. And our opponents today were Criminal Copy Kill in command of the Moors. And his ally was Kane 99 in command of France. Okay, so I'll just quickly go over the armies. I brought 2 units of the hand gunners. The rules were max 2 guns, so I decided to bring some hand gunners just to try them out, and also to cause some morale shock and give my army at least a little bit of missile capability. I brought 5 units of woodsmen on the front, just to do the initial shock charge and just assist where needed. And then my mainline infantry is my 5 units of fully upgraded dismounted Polish knights. Very capable infantry, going to be comparable to dismounted chivalric knights, so they are going to prove to be very effective. And then as my cavalry, I've got 4 units of these Polish Guard. Polish Guard being a very, very excellent cavalry unit, so they are going to prove to be very, very valuable in my matches. And then my general is in a General's Bodyguard unit. So, as I say, my ally was Mad Pug Gaming for this match, and he's decided to play as the Mongols. He's got 4 units of the dismounted heavy lancers. He had 2 units of the light lancers mixed in. He's got 3 units of the Mongol foot archers, and then 3 units of the Nafatoons. His cavalry contingent was 4 units of Khan's Guard, very excellent cavalry unit as well, with some mace melee attack, very good in melee versus other cav. And then his general is in a General's Bodyguard unit. To be honest, I would have expected him to bring more foot archers. Since I didn't bring any, I was sort of relying on him to bring the missile contingent of the army, and he just didn't really bring as many as I would have hoped for the Mongols, and certainly not the Mongol infantry, which are quite good in melee as well, which would have been valuable in this match as well. So we'll go over Criminal's army. He's got 4 units of these peasant crossbowmen. Again, don't let the name fool you. They may be peasants, but even a peasant armed with a crossbowman can do some serious. Peasant crossbow can do some serious damage. So yeah, very, very effective unit for cost-effective unit for the Moors. For infantry, he had a mixed line of dismounted Christian Guard and the Sugdanese tribesmen. So quite a nice infantry force, certainly larger than what Mad Pug's brought, so it's going to be tough for him to try and crack all this infantry with those Nafatoons. He's brought 2 units of the mounted Christian Guard. His general is in a General's Bodyguard unit, and I'm sure he had some camel gunners over on this side. Yeah, 2 units of these camel gunners, very deadly unit, and I think he uses them quite effectively in this match. You'll be able to see the carnage they create with those rifles of theirs. So Kane was in command of France, and he has a unit of crossbowmen up at the front, backed up by 3 units of pikemen. For infantry, he's got 3 units of the dismounted chivalric knights and a unit of Volgers. I have tried out the Volgers recently, and they're not really that effective. I would have thought the halberds would have improved slightly, but yeah, they're not too great for anything really. They're okay against cavalry, but yeah, not as good as pikemen or even spearmen are. So yeah, not great. He's got a unit of arquebusiers on his flank, so some more gunpowder action. and then he's got a unit of Scots Guard on this flank. A very deadly elite unit for France. Certainly going to be a pain dislodging them, especially with these upgrades. That's going to make them really hard to crack. Now, he did bring artillery. The rules were no artillery, and he decided to bring 3 units of cannons. So we let him off because, let's face it, well, to be honest, from my position that I was going to attack from, he wouldn't have been able to do much damage to me, and they didn't really perform that well in this battle. So, yeah, I was willing to let them off for that slight mistake with 3 units of 3 units of artillery. His general is in a general's bodyguard, and the remainder of his cav is a unit of chivalric knights and a unit of noble knights. So, those are the armies. We'll start this battle, and I'll go over the battle plan. So, my general idea was to rush. I wanted to hit hard and fast, and these woodsman line with these dismounted Polish knights backing them up. We'll do that quite easily. The handgunners are going to try and cause some morale shock and just help fire onto these pikemen, hopefully. Again, try to do some damage. And because of the way his cannons were set up, there's these sort of hills over here that are going to block my advance. So I'm going to advance this way through these woods, and I'm going to use all these hills to screen my infantry from his cannons. Come all the way around here, round to this flank, over here, and use this one, this lump right in front of his army, to as the final sort of blockade to stop his artillery from firing at me, and then sort of rush over this hill and start firing at his troops with my handgunners and basically do as much damage as possible. So yeah, that was the plan. It worked out quite well because his artillery just could not get a lock on to my units. Mad Pug gets a bit aggressive and decides to rush all his infantry up here. He does wait for me very kindly, but yeah, over here he's quite out in the open, so he doesn't want to stay there too long. There's just not enough protection over here for his units, and these cannons are going to get in position to do some damage. So yeah, he needs to move his troops out of that vicinity quickly. So the enemy missile troops are just lining up ready to fire. Mad Pug moves over to support his ally. Sorry, not Mad Pug. Criminal moves over to support his ally, which is always a nice thing to do. You always want to support your allies as much as possible. They clearly have a superior missile quality to us. Simple quality and quantity of missiles is going to really hurt our guys. These Mongol foot archers are not bad for the price, but they're not too great either. We're going to struggle to outmatch their missile quality. Mad Pug could have maybe moved his archers up to this position, use the high ground to fire on the enemy. But yeah, he decides to just sit back here and wait for the enemy to decide what they want to do. And unfortunately, what the French player wants to decide to do is get his cannons set up, ready to fire. So the artillery goes off, and it's going to come over here and start peppering the front of Mad Pug's lines with exploding shells. Because as you can see, some very accurate shots going in there. It must have been from the Serpentine maybe, because they're more effective against the infantry. These exploding ones at the front must have been the Basilisk exploding shells. So yeah, not a position you want to stay in for too long. I think he notices this in a bit and rushes forward, but yeah, you don't want to stay there for too long. As you can see, my guys are well protected by this hill, so I definitely planned for that eventuality, but unfortunately Mad Pug was too far in the open. He gets some nasty exploding shots into his lines. So seeing the danger, Mad Pug's going to move forward. all their infantry is set into position on to face him. Um, there's only a handful of units waiting to defend against me, including all the French cavalry. So what I need to do quickly is to get my infantry into position and rush forward and hit this flank before Mad Pug engages. So I'm just going to use this hill as a final hiding spot, and then I'm going to rush over with all my units of woodsmen and my handgunners, just to take some shots off on this flank. Looks like the Moorish cav has positioned itself to strike at the Mongolian archers, but they decide to retreat back. Yeah, the general just manages to get out of there before he gets caught by spearmen. But Mad Pug is going to respond with his cavalry. Looks like he's suffering a bit of the cavalry glitch, where if you charge through the backs of your own men, they get stuck trying to charge through like this poor bloke. So yeah, my cavalry's engaged, and my cavalry is superior quality and quantity, so this is going to be a quick battle for my cavalry. I've got superior numbers in the vicinity, and I've managed to block him off from all his infantry. He's going to try to send some Volger over and some of these pikemen, but they're not going to get hit, not going to get there in time to support all his cavalry, and it's going to get quickly surrounded and defeated. My woodsmen have engaged his front lines. These pikemen weren't in pike formation, or the pike formation has been broken, and it's allowed my woodsmen to get in and give these pikemen the axe. So we've broken the French cavalry on this side, and we're going to be able to turn around and support my cavalry on this flank. The pikemen have got into position to set up, but they dropped their pikes for some reason, and it's going to allow my cavalry to get in close and trample all over them. So the French left flank has broken, giving me clean access to these cannons and these missile units. So Mad Pug has lost his general, a sad loss that breaks the rest of his troops. He really needed that morale to keep his troops fighting, but fortunately I've managed to break through France, so it's just a case of me positioning to accept these new Moorish troops, these Moorish reinforcements. The rest of the Moorish troops are just over this side, trying to take out my handgunners. My handgunners managed to get off a few decent shots, point blank at these troops, but they're going to get caught. They are pretty good in melee, so they'll be able to hold this blob up for a bit. But yeah, they're not going to win that at all. These Chivalric Knights are just chilling out here, so they're going to get charging woodsmen into their flanks. And my cavalry breaks through to try and hit this blob. I'm going to hit these Moorish cavalry in the flank just to help destroy them. I want cavalry superiority in this match, so I need to take out the Moorish cavalry as soon as possible and give myself that advantage. These camel gunners are not too great in melee, but they're going to pull out and get some shots off on the way out at my heavy General's Bodyguard unit. So the infantry fight is all but over. These Chivalric Knights are fighting bravely, but against such heavy numbers, they are going to break eventually. There are some reinforcements coming in, but they are fairly weakened. Gets a nice charge off at these Mongolian foot archers, though. It's probably going to destroy those guys. They're not well suited for melee, like the other Mongolian troops are. So a few more charges, and this blob should be weakened enough. Just a case of surrounding it and defeating it, which we have the numbers to just surround this this blob of Moorish troops. Yeah, the Moors can bring a lot of infantry to a fight, so they're going to prove to be quite an effective infantry faction for future games. I think I would use them against Spain to use their superior infantry quality against Spain, or numerical superiority, so they're good in that regard. So the the Scots Guard, should I say? Yeah, I wish Scotland had Scots Guard, but unfortunately it's not the case. The Scots Guard are going to use fire arrows against the flanks and rear of my infantry. So not very good positioning by me, and great positioning by our opponents. So the Moorish general is dead, and his men should follow. They've already suffered heavy casualties, so I'm expecting all his troops to rout in just a second. He's still got quite a few cavalry left, but the majority of his troops do rout. The other thing that's left are these peasant crossbowmen that are going to position themselves sort of on the flanks of our troops and start firing at the flanks and rear of our troops whilst they're running around trying to clean up the rest of the infantry. So very good positioning there. I was quite impressed with how they used their missiles in this match. Their use of the Scots Guard were incredible. They are a really deadly missile unit and should not be underestimated at all. And these peasant crossbowmen again should not be underestimated. They may look like, or they may be called peasants, but their range is incredible, and their missile attack is just going to be even deadlier at such range. So we're just fighting off these Scots Guard. We want to silence them as quickly as possible. But they are going to hold off my cavalry for a while and even beat some of them. So yeah, it's not a good idea to leave them in melee combat for too long. And the French general is still fighting on. A very brave man, just living on. He wants to win this battle, even though he's only got 2 units of bodyguards with him and a few Scots Guard sending in fire support for his Moorish ally. So we're just going to try clean up these missiles as quickly as possible, but it's very hard to do with this French general getting in the way, and they've spread out their missiles quite effectively, so we're just going to try to get a few charges off just to try silence their units, and again just try and get rid of them as quickly as possible. So the Moorish camel gunners are still alive, still firing. Take a nasty fire arrow volley there. But being cavalry, they can just charge in and attack these foot archers. They're going to really silence these guys. A very effective unit. Not the best in melee, but they're going to be good enough in melee to take out these units. Yeah, Pike and Shot's just messaging me. I had a bit of a problem accepting that he was a replacement for Telema, so in one of our tournament matches. So I'll publicly apologise for that, Pike and Shot. But I just don't trust people saying that they're going to be replacing people without confirmation. So yeah, I apologise for that. But anyway, back to the battle. Enough about my Steam friends and my and such. Yeah, it's just a case of chasing down these routing units and getting rid of these camel gunners. So I'm just going to fast forward to a more exciting stage of the battle. So what I've done to try and protect my units a bit more is put them in these little woods here, just to defend them. I'm hoping that they'll run out of ammo shortly, and it'll be a bit easier to take them out then. my cavalry's arrived back. I've got a couple units of cavalry left, one with 11 men in and another one with 12 men in. Then my general's bodyguard with 7 men in it. So yeah, very still quite healthy numbers. Polish cavalry does have quite good survivability, so I'm quite impressed with them there. And this is what the enemy forces consist of. These are camel gunners and this general's bodyguard. So yeah, a very desperate defense here, but again one that was quite hilarious actually. The camel gunners firing at my guys, and this one lone general's bodyguard commanding them. This one Frenchman commanding some Moorish camel gunners. It looks pretty funny. So yeah, I've put my woodsmen up front just to absorb any missile fire that's incoming, and the French general, not liking these peasants standing at any front of an army, decides he's going to charge them, teach them a lesson in how to charge trees. So that's a very good charge on that tree, Mr. General, but it cost him his life as the axemen cut him down. As I say, it was a very good charge into the tree, to say the least, but yeah, the peasants managed to take him down, so peasant mobs beat the French aristocracy there. My woodsmen are going to try chase after these camel gunners, not liking the look of their fancy voodoo gunpowder weapons. So we're going to take down quite a few of them, but my woodsmen just really don't have the morale to stand up to these camel gunners. So they're going to take down a few, but eventually they're just going to rout from these camel gunners, because yeah, that's what peasants do. They just rout. I mean, I know these are woodsmen, but they're just peasants with fancy axes, nice engravings on them. So yeah, that is pretty much the battle. There's some Moorish troops, some Moorish crossbowmen over here taking some pot shots into the woods, but honestly I wasn't too worried about them, even though they were it looks like they were slaughtering my general's bodyguard a little bit. But yeah, we're just going to fast forward to the end of the battle, because this was a very long battle because of all the chasing and running around, so I'm just going to quickly fast forward to the end. So yeah, it was a really good battle. The body count was pretty much everywhere down this front line with the Moorish troops. The French blob, my woodsmen sort of taking casualties all around the place, but they did their job of shock charging the flank. The French cavalry becoming a casualty of my own, with these pikemen again not being up to scratch to beat my Polish knights. So yeah, just some bodies all over the place. It was a really fun battle, and as I say, the camel gunner sort of resistance was quite a hilarious part of the battle. And another hilarious part, my general being assassinated by the Moorish crossbowmen. I should not have left them there for that long, but I was too busy chasing off the camel gunners to the edge of the map. So yeah, a nice little assassination attempt there by criminals, peasant crossbowmen. So we're going to take some revenge on these peasant crossbowmen with a nice charge by 2 of the knights and rout them. It's about time. But yeah, that's pretty much the match. I'll fast forward to the end. We take out the camel gunner all the way over here, chasing right the way down to the edge of the map. This one lone camel gunner with his one lone musket trying to take out 20 odd knights. And I think we'll catch him here and destroy him in a bit. Yeah, there he goes. So that's the match, guys. Thank you very much for everyone playing. It was a really fun match, and I hope we can do it again shortly. I got 736 kills and captured 410 men. Madpug Gaming not doing too well, but not doing too bad either. 480 is respectable. He played his part, but as I say, his army wasn't the best. He could have picked a better army for the Mongols, but the Count's Guard were really scary, and I think they did quite a lot of kills for him. Kane 99 getting 515 kills, so not doing bad. His cav got wrecked, but I think his infantry and the Scots Guard were ridiculous. In fact, the Scots Guard probably got the most kills out of his army. So yeah, well played there by Kane99. I hope I can play with him again because he's clearly quite a good player, even though he cheated. Bringing artillery to a non-artillery fight, but yeah, he seems like a decent enough player. So yeah, I can't wait to verse him again. And Criminal Copy Kill, always an excellent player. 864 men killed, 190 captures. He got the most kills. My combined captures and kills obviously make my total higher than his, but yeah, still getting more kills. And those camel gunners were ridiculous. And assassinating my general, kudos to him. I think all the generals died in this battle, so yeah, it was well played by him. Really, really good battle. As you can see, my cavalry probably doing the most damage in this battle. My dismounted Polish knights are not doing too well, and my woodsmen did okay. They were the ones that shattered that flank, but yeah, it was not too well. And my handgunners, 38 kills, was probably due to melee. I think one got caught in melee, so they probably did quite well in that regard. Okay, so that's the battle, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you all on the next battlefield. Thank you.